Okay. Moving on to item number 8, reconvene in open session with possible action on items discussed during closed session.
So this Emma and I move that we vote on the matter that we agreed to in closed session,
It's discussed in
As-
closed.
as discussed in closed session. Thanks.
I'll second that.
Motion and a second. All those, or roll call.
Emma,
Aye.
Cindy,
Aye.
Steve,
Aye.
Andrew,
Aye.
and Seth.
Aye.
Thank you. All right. Moving on to Park and Rec Director updates.
So again, everything's moving along pretty smoothly for the summer. I won't bore you guys again. This summer has been hectic with mowing and weed eating. We did, at our last meeting, we had talked about the invasive plants up on the courthouse hill. We did knock those down. So we we did that in the rain because they had nothing else to do. So I had them go up on there. That one section was easy, but then again, we got on the rocks and they were slippery, so we pulled them off. So there are still some invasive species up there between the rocks. So we're waiting till we catch up again and continue to knock those down. But the big corner is all taken care of.
So you're looking at the hill, is it the left side? Is that what
Yes.
those big things?
Those big elephant ear plants that we had talked about. So that's been good. We just
So,
added more.
Can I ask what was the name of those? Do you know?
I would have to look at the list again.
Because somehow I think wild parsnip or something got brought up, and then people were
No.
like, give me all kinds of like information. I was like, that's not even the one that it was. So I just wanted to clarify.
We did add wood chips to Cedar Meadows Park. That was non-existent. The grass kind of crept in, so we added new wood chips out there. We're still dealing with playground weed issues, so we got to Hanson today. This week we're going to try to get to the other playgrounds and knock those down. I know I know you helped a little bit on one weekend, so I appreciate that. Thank you very much. The big concern that I have moving forward is, again, Main Street flowers. We are losing staff. Our summer rec staff, once August hits, I feel like they're done. A lot of them are younger, so it was hard for them to get in to work after the 7 weeks is complete. So I think that's primarily one of the concerns, but our park maintenance staff has done a wonderful job continuing to watering the flowers. The past 2 days I've helped out and watered flowers, but it does take 2 hours in the morning to do that. Just to bring you guys up to speed on how long it does take. So it's about 2 hours a day to water. And then August, like 10th, most of those kids will be gone. So it'll be me and Dustin, and we're hoping 2 of them stay on until school starts. Our problem is the weekends. It's, again, we can continue to do it. It takes an added lot of stuff to continue to come in the weekends. Weekends we try to get in here at 6 o'clock in the morning to beat the traffic in the farmers market. So again, I'm not trying to complain. It's just something we need to look to address and get more help because in talking with Nate, the first 3 weeks when we put them in, it was me and Dustin every day of the week. And then we have summer staff, and now when the summer goes back, we get about 3 more weeks where it's me and Dustin every day watering flowers. So again, if you guys want to kind of throw some ideas out or think about stuff and bring it back to me if you have any ideas that we could do, we're always looking at ways to help with that.
Are we allowed to help? Is there any reason why the council members can't help?
You guys would be considered staff, so you would be covered under our policy. It's just never been done that way, so I guess it'd be something I'd want to run by Nate. That's why we can't really have volunteers, because they'd be using our equipment. That's another problem.
If you did have somebody that could come in the mornings, would it be kind of like a six, I'm just thinking if it was a student, would they just have to be up at like 5:30 in the morning? It's a
Yeah.
2-hour job with one person.
That's with two people, so one person would probably, because they would have to stop at every pole, get out, stretch the hose, fill it up, get back in. So I haven't done it by myself, but it would take longer than 2 hours.
And that's where you're saying the UTV would be, someone could do it on their own
Yes,
and then be about a 4-hour job.
we would have to time it, but
Yeah.
it could be.
Is it something that could happen in the afternoon hours?
We've discussed that to come in later and do it at night. We just haven't done it yet, but we have discussed it.
Yeah. What other solutions do you think? I mean, a part of it is just finding someone that can come and just do that small bit of work.
Again, the pay, they get $12 an hour, our current staff for that. So to come in and work 2 hours and get $12,
Yeah.
sometimes they
Keep
probably
at it.
think it's not really worth it. So one would be look to increase the pay on just the watering. Find a volunteer group of people that could help. If it worked with their equipment, I know that's a liability in itself. Or just, I know Coon Valley and other places have just, they handle everything. They bring their own equipment and water and, could we find a group that would, Main Street Waters or something that just does it?
Is it possible to like recruit businesses to take a little bit more involvement? You know what I mean? Like, what would it take for someone to, I don't know, but just to say, hey, this is your block. Help them with equipment if they need it. Whether it's hoses or whatever. I don't know. I'm just
We have
throwing
a
ideas.
super
out.
secret potion in there, so I don't think that would work. Everyone would have to have the super secret
Well,
potion.
Yeah. Special sauce. Okay. I'm just sort of.
Yeah, you would have to get a water tank and the pump because we pump from the water tank up the poles
Yeah.
into a hose. But Nelson Ager Center, they just have like a pull behind John Deere with a water tank on their thing, and they just have a wand that they, lift up, and they still pump it, but it's just a different setup. So
Would-
that's why we've thought about that with the UTV. Instead of having a pump, do we do something like that?
Because then one person could do it. It would just take longer. Or do you think it would shorten the time too?
I think it would, personally, I think it'd probably be about the same just with the UTV where hopefully you could run most of it on the sidewalk and not go in between cars. That's one of the things why it takes so long because we're weaving in and out of traffic and backing up and, trying to get close to cars, but not getting too close. So,
the-
if you could fit that UTV on most of the sidewalk, I know there's places that you can't, that you would have to go on the road, but it's a lot faster when there's no traffic and you can just stop at everyone and keep going.
Yeah, starting early.
Yep.
Okay. Because then is it more of a safety thing in the afternoon or evening?
Yes.
Yeah. What time does that road, does Main Street start to kind of shut down? Like probably around 7 or something? People kind of, well, not exactly.
Probably just depends on the night. I mean, if it's Sunday, there's no one out there after 3, it feels like, so
Yeah,
it just depends on the day.
definitely.
How long? So do we stop into August? Is that, do
So
the
what we
flowers
tr-
come down
yeah,
or do
what
they keep
we-
going?
What we try to do is we put them up the day before Memorial Day and then take them down the day after Labor Day.
Okay, so that it's always been the way it's been.
Didn't they used to give them to the fair?
Yeah, they used to stay up until the fair and then they would go down.
Yeah.
But it's gotten shorter every year.
Probably because of staff time and
Probably.
finding staff.
But they'd end up down at the fairgrounds, if I recall. Yeah.
Sounds like we'll have to put our heads together and try to find a solution, or Cindy's volunteering, I guess.
I just have. I don't know if this is like a cheaper solution, but can you like hire Nelsons to do it? Because they're already out there doing it with their own plants. Is that, it's probably, I don't think it's necessarily cheaper, but it's less of a headache, maybe factor for you.
Try to get them to volunteer to do.
I know. That's,
We've talked to them a little bit, and like last year, they were willing to help out. We just never needed them last year. This year we might. It would be a conversation we could have, but I don't know the answer to that right now. And then record, again, any questions on parks or anything you guys are seeing out there that needs to be addressed?
I think the weeds was my main concern, but keep going.
Yeah, it's been a bad summer for weeds. We do need to look at some playgrounds. I know AJ sent me a picture of one that's rusting out. That's at Washington. So we're gonna try to get out there and do um, a playground assessment and see if we've noticed anything wearing down or look at replacing.
I think there is a child swing at the Eckhart that is broken, or it's missing a bolt.
Okay.
I tried looking for it. I couldn't find it, but it needs to be repaired.
And then recreation side, flag football, we just closed registration last Friday. We have 17 signed up for first and second grade. We had 10 last year, so that program is continuing to grow. We have 28 for third and fourth graders and 26 for fifth and sixth graders. Currently at seventh and eighth grade tackle football, we're at 24, but that one doesn't close for a while. So good numbers. We're consistent of what we had last year. We're looking at, again, participating with Westby, Kickapoo, and North Crawford. So they have 6 games on Saturdays, or 6 Saturdays they play games. We are hosting 2, September 6th and September 13th at the high school field. And then they go to Kickapoo, North Crawford, and Westby the rest of the Saturdays. So again, it starts next week with the skills combine. That's just 1 week that we try to bring the kids there, try to split them up evenly, get them on teams, and then they'll start the last week in August with their first game, September 6th in Viroqua. So we're excited to start that. Pickleball, we've posted. Again, that's pretty far away, so we haven't seen the registration numbers come through with pickleball. But I foresee it to be as busy as it has been in the last couple of years I've been here. We are trying to work with the Pickleball Association and do a tournament the end of August, and then some clinics, and then the leagues. And then currently this week I'm working on our budget, so putting that together.
Is there any need for coaches or supervisors or assistant coaches for flag football?
Yes, so I just put that out. Normally we have a supervisor at each of the levels that kind of just make sure everything's run smoothly, and then we need assistant coaches. We're looking at two teams for each level this year. We have a handful of coaches right now, but we're still in need of coaches and supervisors.
Do you have to have kids playing in order to be a coach?
No. Any questions or concerns for me?
No, thank you for all your hard work.
I just really appreciate this last year where you bring information for us to think proactively about ahead of time. I really appreciate that. There's no surprises, so thank you.
Thank you for the effort, Kale.
All right, thank you. Moving on to item 10, second period for public comment. Once again, if you have a public comment, please come up to the lectern, name, address, and keep it to 3 minutes. And There we go.
There we go. Emlyn Jones, 102 Western Avenue. Um, when we're talking about Eckert Park and the trees, I just want to reiterate, be happy to help you out, Kale, with that for pruning, safety, anything that's needed there. I know that's kind of a tricky situation and safety is important. A lot of the work we do is risk reduction over high value targets is what we call them. This would be like one of the highest value type of targets out there. So, yeah, we're doing that every day. So, I would be happy to volunteer my company, for the effort to help with, reduce costs, and keep these trees healthy, uh, for us. So, and then just from my understanding of the direction with Eckert Park design and going forward with that, I really like the idea of, is it play by design? That sounds really awesome. I'm all on board for that. Uh, so, yeah, I think that's all I have to say right now. Reach out to me, Kale, about we can talk more about timeline for those trees. Work done as needed. Thanks. Yeah, appreciate your work.
Thank you.
Hello, Krista Brown, 703 Connor Street. Thank you for the listening and pausing and assessing and widening the lens on where we're headed with the playground portion of Eckhart Park. I came to the meeting that happened since the last meeting where this committee met with the Plan Commission and heard about the comprehensive outdoor recreation plan and the comprehensive plan update. And I made a note during that time that I didn't get to say after that meeting. But I did actually say it to one of the consultants, but I wanted to add it here, was that I think it would be a good opportunity ahead of that next, I think you guys mentioned there's a meeting like next Monday for another update on this. If there's any information or guidance that they already know in their planning process that would help in like make good information, decision-making, implementation, et cetera, around the playground, since that is moving forward before the plan is in hand, that if they know anything related to that park and playground, it'd be a good idea to ask that now. It sounds like they might have some things, but it probably means more if it's coming from this committee than if it's coming from a resident, if in terms of a contracted planner. And then the second thing was, I looked a little bit at the Play by Design website and I found that they've built some things like elder playgrounds, and maybe they even have some specialization in that. And I don't know if we've considered adding that into the program scope for the project of, are there any places in our current footprint or additions that we would want to make that could extend into more multi-generational playground options. And then I want to reiterate that I'm here to help. I know I didn't get here for the very front end of the update on this, but it sounds like there might be a little bit of confusion happening in getting communications with them. And that's something that I am well-versed in dealing with contractors and things and organizing project management. So if you need support in a volunteer way, please reach out. And thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else for public comment?
Hi, Monica Mato, 619 Northeast Avenue. I just wanted to say thank you so much Thanks for your hard work on this. Thanks for your openness to reconsider the direction that things were moving in. Play by Design seems so much more in alignment with, what the community has been used to and was expecting. And yeah, just wanted to say a heartfelt thanks.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Tyler Martino, 373 West South Street. Just another thank you for the pause and the reconsider. New company looks great. We'll be with you going forward for the new revisions, and it's nice to feel so heard. So thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else in the public want to make a public comment? Is there anyone online that would like to make a public comment?
If anybody online would like make a public comment, they can do so now.
Hearing none. Looks like we'll take a motion to adjourn.
This is Emma, and I make a motion to adjourn our meeting.
Seiji, a second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye,
Opposed? Ayes have it. We're adjourned. Thank you.
guys.